Interesting. Hey, Monica. Stephen A.,
Hey.
does the chippiness in this series favor Houston or Golden State?
I'm going to still say it favors Golden State because Ime Udoka, who Eminem we both consider one of the great coaches in the NBA today. Ime Udoka's special. He's the right man for the job. I think he's going to lead the Houston Rockets to a championship someday in the very near future. But I don't like that comment that he gave because you're making yourself more of a target for the NBA when they don't want that. There will be moments when they don't want that. And then all of a sudden you're going to find yourself in a situation where calls are going against you because you proclaim this is who you are. No, they ain't going for that. Like when you look at Jalen Green and what he did yesterday, yeah, it was some acting on the part of Draymond Green, no doubt about that. But that doesn't negate the fact that it warranted the flagrant against Jalen Green that he received, because why are you throwing that elbow? You got to think about that. Amen Thompson and how he undercut Jimmy Butler. That was not intentional. He got pushed in them. We understand that. But the point is that come playoff time, particularly against a great shooter and finesse player like a Steph Curry, and a great coach like Steve Kerr, and a great facilitator like Draymond Green, who know how to put Steph Curry or assist Steph Curry in being in the best situations to really, really exploit the opposition. What are you going to do against Steph Curry? Molly, I'm saying this, and Eminem, I've never been more sure in my life that you'll agree with what I'm about to say. I don't know if there is a player on the planet, that is more inclined to have people want to be physical with them than Steph Curry. Because he's such a great shooter, and he's such a great player, and he's such a great ball handler. Sometimes you find it impossible to stop him. You just want to hurt him. You just want to hurt him because you think that's the only way you can stop him. So when you're the opposition and you say, that's what we do, at some point in time in the postseason, that verbiage could work against you. That's my issue.
Okay, I agree. How do you make Steph Curry uncomfortable? First thing is to be as physical as possible, but that means you got to keep up. So I'm actually on the other side of this. Okay. And hear me out, SA.
Sure.
I think to the first part of what we just heard from Ime Udoka, Houston has to be true to who they are and how they earned that number 2 seed.
Okay.
And so I think leaning in may not necessarily be the right word, but I think standing 10 toes down in who you've been is a vote of confidence in terms of how we got here. Okay. I don't necessarily think that means that they are actually trying to go out there and start a fight and make illegal plays. And I could kind of sit here and slow play-by-play how the Jalen Green thing maybe ended up being supposed to be. But I'm not saying that I think these guys are about to go and be dirty. But I do think when you have someone on the other side who, as talented as he is, his personality and demeanor is a part of the package deal when you insert the passing ability and playmaking ability and rebounding of Draymond Green. Mm-hmm. When you run up against a younger group that largely doesn't seem to be phased, I think this is playing a little bit into the Rockets' favor in terms of their confidence. Now, when it comes down to it, the chippiness is not why this series will or will not be won. You're going to have to play better basketball than the Warriors because who they have on the other side, especially if Jimmy Butler is available the rest of the way. Mm-hmm. But to me, this is just allowing the Rockets to be who they are. And they, as a young group, they can't switch up. Ime is right about that. This is not the time for them to switch up. And so that's one of their strengths, and it has been all season.
Yeah, I think the thing you're missing respectfully is that you're talking about what they do. I'm talking about what you're saying. And the reason I'm talking about what you're saying is because we never know when there's been plenty of games throughout NBA history where we look at something, we like this, and man, I hope they let them play. I hope they ain't going to call this game too tight. Yeah. You understand? Especially with Steph Curry on the floor. And that's one of those things. And if you're Ime Udoka, who lost to Steph Curry in the NBA Finals when he was coaching the Boston Celtics, you know that all too well yourself. So why say it? I understand doing it, no problem.
But don't draw eyeballs to it. All right,
don't do that.
Let's stay in the West, guys. Game. Oh, go ahead, Monica.
Well, I just think anytime you got a series with Draymond, the officials are being mindful of chippiness at large. So I don't think this is breaking news, but I hear where you're coming from, SA.
Yes, I just think that Draymond is one thing. The Rockets are another. They're young.
Game 3 of the Nuggets-Clippers tips off tonight with both teams hoping to take a command of the series. Stephen A., which is the scarier matchup, Jokic or Kawhi?
Right now, Kawhi. Jokic is going to be Jokic. He's going to hurt you 1,000 different ways. He's just that phenomenal. But in the same breath, we've learned that if Jamal Murray don't show up, if Michael Porter Jr. don't show up, if Aaron Gordon doesn't show up, if they don't get Russell Westbrook being the Energizer Bunny and the instigator that he is, exceptionally so, that's a compliment, it's not an insult, Denver can't do but so much. Kawhi Leonard, you watch this brother play, particularly in Game 2. He was sensational. And you watch him run up and down the court right now. You watch him do it game after game, and he's not injured, okay? I'm like, Clippers could go to the finals. You actually look at the Los Angeles Clippers without Paul George. And if Kawhi Leonard continues to look the way that he looked in Game 2, not the way he looked in Game 1, particularly the fourth quarter when he made a couple of mistakes with turnovers and he wasn't aggressive offensively, but that Kawhi Leonard that showed up in Game 2, if that brother shows up throughout these playoffs looking like that, Clippers could go to the finals. They go to the finals.
Total points, Game 3 against the Grizzlies, 31.5, more or less.
I'm going less on this one, Barry, and most of it is because the Thunder really have not had an issue with the Grizzlies yet. Yes, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander averaged about 32 points in the regular season, but I really think this group has been energized by being able to share the basketball. I don't think he's going to have to go that hard. I think a number of his teammates will have his back and they will roll.
All right, it's a team effort there in Oklahoma City. Clearly the dominant team right now. Bobby, final one. Jalen Brunson, total points and assists in Game 3 against the Pistons, 36.5, more or less.
Well, we're going to continue the theme. I'm going to say less here. And that doesn't mean the Knicks are going to lose here. I just think we're going to see better balanced scoring tonight, certainly with Karl Anthony Towns getting him more involved in this game.
All right, so to recap, we're going with all 3 picks tonight. Less, and less. Pays out 6-1 if you like these plays. We've parlayed them together on ESPN Bet Sportsbook app. Look for the more or less featured parlay on the homepage in the Parlay Lounge. Want to hang out in the Parlay Lounge? That sounds fun tonight. Maybe we'll all watch the draft there together. Keeping it NBA, Bobby. Look, the Knicks, they're kind of one of those teams that when they're really, really good, they're good. The defense leaves a lot to be desired. If they lose tonight, are they done?
No, they're not. I would even say even if they lost games 3 and 4, they're still not done. We've seen teams come back from 3-1. I think the goal certainly is to get a split here, get a home court advantage back. I trust their veterans. I mean, I think you have to trust their veterans going into what happened after Game 2. So no, they're not done if they lose Game 3 tonight.
And Monica, we were just talking about the Pistons trying to snap this winless playoff streak. They get one win, and we're talking about maybe the Knicks getting bounced, which, candidly, I don't know that that's even a factor. So what's the biggest key for the Knicks in Game 3?
Well, I think they've got to settle down and manage the physicality and apply their own pressure to the paint. Game 2, the conversation was a lot about free throws and the disparity between the Pistons and the Knicks. But coming into this one, the Pistons in particular, JP Bickerstaff is like, we're good with the way that the game is being officiated. And so I think the Knicks have the ability to play physical as well. But I just thought in Game 2, they were a little too rattled, I think, between the officiating and the physicality. Once they settle down, make it a point to make sure Karl Anthony Towns is involved in the basketball game because the Pistons don't have an answer for him. They should be okay. And this team, they have been, at points this season, been able to play with physicality as well. So I think they just got to settle down. And I think this is really a good series. The Pistons deserve a ton of credit. Cade Cunningham is an all-star point guard for good reason. So this one's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. I just love it. I keep saying throwback NBA. Knicks Pistons is the epitome of that. Great stuff, guys. Thank you so much. Get in on the playoff action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code GETUP to get started. Coming up, there's something that we have never seen before this close to the NFL draft. We'll tell you what that is and what it could mean absolute chaos first. But we have a little sneaky Hembo trivia time. You ready? Who was the oldest #1 overall quarterback at the time of his NFL debut? Hembo's got the hat on.